Cool, and we're live.
Back.
We're back again. It's been a while, mate. Yeah, we've been a bit slack with it the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, sorry guys.
That's all right. We're here now. We're here now.
When it matters most.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, it's quite convenient. We got midweek round of fixtures coming up, and it's been a busy couple of weeks as well. Pernell just mentioned saying he forgot to do his team. Fuck that. It's one of those. It's dangerous for. It could be one of those where it could be dangerous for a few people, especially if you did miss it, and because it is sneaky as well. Because there's only a couple of games tonight, and they're not exactly big games either.
Yeah, I got a feeling that if you miss it, you could actually be all right. Because I'm getting the feeling that a lot of people that have done their teams have had to do some serious surgery, and it might be one of those weeks where it's just like you just leave it how it is, pick a good captain. Hope that comes in, and then next week you're back to having your City and Arsenal, which we'll come on to.
Yeah, but how many people have free Arsenal, free City at the moment? Like if you've got Jesus, Martinelli,
true,
Lieber, let's say, and then you've got De Bruyne, Haaland, and Cancelo.
Plus Madison and James, the two. A lot of people got them because of injuries.
Yeah, true.
I just have a look through a few of the guys in our league, their teams, just to see, like, on average what other people would be doing. And pretty much everyone. I'd say on average, 4 City and Arsenal combined, plus either Madison or James. So 5 out on average.
You know what? I took a minus. It's so dumb because I've been preparing for this for ages, and I've still only ended up with 10 players because I took a -4 and Madison fucked me over.
Yeah.
Big time. And then I've had a few the last few weeks, like I've had to make forced changes. for Fafana was one before. And then I left in Martial hoping he was gonna maybe be back to fitness, but I can see he's on a red. He's got a red flag next to his name. So I'm gonna be with 10 players, for fuck's sake.
I woke up this morning and I had one of my centre backs is 50%, and I've got a feeling that one other of my players is probably going to get rested. So it's going to be. I think that the captain choice is going to be, well, not necessarily the choice, but how well your captain does is going to be crucial this week because, that's
Yeah. All right, cool. We got Page. Yes, Page, evening, mate.
The leader.
We got Greg here as well. Yes, mate. All right, let's get into it then. I think you've got a few tabs open. Let us know how your team's shaping up. Like I said, I think I'm down to 10, which is annoying, especially because I've been kind of planning for this week. But like I said, I couldn't have planned for fucking Madison being suspended, for Fafana getting injured as soon as I put him in. But last week it killed me because I think, did I say on the podcast, or did I just say to you privately? It was basically a toss-up between Mount and Anthony. It's slim pickings now around that price.
It is.
And I for some reason went for Anthony. It's my own fault. Why did I go for a United player? But I looked at Mount as well. It's like I looked at, he hadn't had a goal all season. I think he'd had like 1 or 2 assists.
Yeah, and he's still not like nailed on to start, is he? Like Potter seems to be rotating quite a lot. It's annoying. A lot of teams are rotating. Even the smaller teams is making it really hard.
Yeah, and my week started really as well. It started really well because I had Tony. Obviously, Tony got a brace to kick things off on Friday night.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll get into it. We'll have a look now. But I smashed you anyway. Is it? That's good.
Yeah, I took a -8. I think you took a -4, and nobody's captain worked out. But I can't. Well, we'll see in a minute. But So
what was the average? 46. Yeah, I got 45, but with a -4, 46 average. Not great though. That's the thing. The Anthony or Mount, that would have made it was the difference for me basically.
Yeah. 6-4 now.
6-4, pulling it back. Yeah,
17 points in it as well.
I'm complaining a bit, but your wild card. Tell us what's happened.
It all went wrong when I was thinking about saving it, and I thought time was running out. I've got to use it, and my thinking with it was, with the Arsenal and City game coming up, was get a few of them out. One of them being Cancelo. That's what done me over. Not having it.
We haven't done the pod. We've missed 2 game weeks, haven't we?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was that week. Yeah, I took Cancelo out and put a niche Sergio Gomez in because I thought with Walker being out, Cancelo would shift to the right, which he did. but they played Ake, I think, at left back, and so that worked out shit. Then the following game week after I'd done the wild card, which didn't work out well anyway, Diaz was injured, Reece James injured, somebody else. Yeah, I could have done with it either this week, next week, or the week before. So I played it 1 week too early, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's shaping up to be a bit of an average season for both of us, unfortunately, the way it's going.
This is your team.
Yeah, have a quick look. Oh, mate, this is the thing. I had to take a step away because I was fuming, especially like I said, with Tony's getting me off to a great start. And then, but my main fuck-ups were bringing Mount in. Bringing Anthony in over Mount, but then also I could have just not brought Anthony in at all. I don't really know why I did it for a -4 because if you look at, I think it's because who was injured?
Diaz.
Diaz. And I knew he was going to drop in price, so I wanted to get someone in before that happened. And I've been making my transfers early has started costing me a bit because I obviously put Fofana in and then he got injured in a Champions League game. And then with this one, if you look at my bench, I mean, I could have just not taken a -4 and I would have started. So the actual swing of that, when you think about it, Anthony basically has brought me a -1 because he got 3 points and Trippier got 6. So that's like a 7-point swing.
Yeah.
Just on making a stupid decision, really. There was no need. And I don't know, I partly thought as well, everyone's got Trippier now. I fancy United to score at home. And to be fair, I'd watched the last half hour or something of that game and they had so many fucking chances. Like,
Fred and Rashford, wasn't it?
Yeah, Fred and Rashford, those two in particular. Do you see Fred, like, why on earth did he try and score with his left foot? Like, he just used his right foot.
But also, because I only watched it last night, could Rashford not have just taken a shot on himself? I know there's a guy getting back, but it looked like if he hit it quick enough, he could have squeezed that in.
Yeah, that as well. I don't know if he's a bit like. Yeah, when he initially took around the keeper, I was like, I'm thinking sweep it in.
Yeah.
But in the end, I mean, it wasn't a bad ball across. But then, and I still think if Fred had just gone with his right foot, he would have scored.
Yeah, you've got to be able to go with the right foot.
Yeah, I mean, I can't talk, obviously, I've got no left, but still, I'm not a professional football player playing in the Premier League, so it's like, come on, man, for fuck's sake. And then, obviously, Rashford's header at the end. Yeah, he's got to bury that as well. I wondered whether Nick Pope in goal, he's such a presence, isn't he? Maybe it makes you feel like you've got to go more in the corner. Yeah. So anyway, that gamble of thinking, everyone's got Trippier, I'll try and score on everyone because they'll concede. It really didn't work out. Neil's here. Yes, Neil.
I know.
Obviously, Saliba got a bit lucky there because he conceded that pen, but obviously, does the keeper get a save if they miss?
I don't know. I think we discussed this before. I didn't want to risk because in case we lose the tabs, but I think probably not.
Yeah, you wouldn't have thought
you shouldn't do, should you? But then
you really shouldn't. Neil saying Jose Sa and Raya for goalkeepers are great shouts. That is true. Ever since I've put Sanchez in, obviously Brighton lost their manager and they've not been keeping clean sheets. And again, that was another thing with this week. I fucking bench Ward, and of course he kept a clean sheet.
Yeah, same.
Against Palace, I mean, it was a toss-up really. Wasn't it? Ward against Palace, or who did Brighton have again?
Someone shit on that.
Was it Bournemouth? No, Brentford, and they lost 2-0. Yeah, and also because I had
Tony.
Either way, I had Tony or I had Zaha. So either way, I was. Because that's the thing. This week it ended up being shit. It could have actually been all right.
I think Raya, I had him last season, and he's decent. But Brentford are a funny team. Like one team they'll beat they beat United 4-0. They beat a couple of other good teams with big scores. Then they lost to Newcastle 5-1. They lost to us 3-0 and barely got a kick. So I do think they'll struggle against Chelsea because they're in form. Who was the other one? Jose Sa. I didn't even realise that Bruno Lage got sacked.
It did happen kind of on the quiet.
Is it Sean Davis is the manager now? Is he like didn't he play for like Fulham? Is it him?
I actually don't know, to be honest. They're on
Yeah.
about. I thought they were on about getting Nuno Santo back, which is
Oh, is it?
they should never have sacked him in the first place. Really, he was like wasn't even doing that badly. But yeah, I think they are both good shots. And I know that Greg and is it Rye have both got Raya, and he's been doing well for them. Jose Sarr, I think you had Kilman at one point in it, and Wolves. Yeah, I mean, I think when they scored it was their first goal in the second half of the whole season.
Yeah.
Was it game 10?
Yeah.
Which is fucking mental. So, but they don't ever get smashed. So they don't really score any goals, but they don't concede money either.
Yeah, they're they're like the new Burnley. Like you can just rely on getting a 4.5 Wolves defender in, and they'll do a job.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously he did save a pen as well, which does. I mean, if you can get a keeper with a clean sheet and a pen save, that's huge.
He's got quite a good record of saving pens, I think.
Yeah, Neil saying Wolves defenders are underrated. I agree. You won't get many attacking returns from them, like I say, but it is like Burnley. I think, yeah, you had Kilman for like a week or two, didn't you? But
I had Kilman, but yeah, it was only ever a 2-week thing because I had other plans. But I also brought in when I did my wild card, I brought in that Totti 3.9 for Wolves.
Yeah.
Benched him last week. He got a clean sheet, and now he's 50% chance of playing this week. So. I think that Collins is back. I think the only reason he played is because Collins was suspended, so probably not a great shout, but we'll see. He's all right for the bench. Yeah,
we need to check Edrich's team after because I checked after this on Saturday and I saw that he had of 3 players, he had probably about the same amount of points, which I nearly got for the full week. He had Jose Sarr in goal, Perisic, who I think was it a clean sheet and an assist or something.
Yeah.
And Højbjerg. So it's called So from 3 fairly low, not expensive players, he had like 35 points or something.
Yeah, I've seen a few had Tony Raya and like Ben Mee or that Rico Henry, so that was like 25 points ish.
Yeah.
Doherty turned out to be a good shout there, at least, even if it's a short term. Although supposedly he played really well, so you might keep that spot now.
Yeah, maybe. I might as well hang on to him and see if he does. I always forget that other right back's name, Royale, isn't it? I think he's been doing pretty well this season, isn't it? So it's been hard to get his way into the team. But Doherty, the end of last season, was like on fire, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So yeah, I might as well hang on to him and see if he does hold on to his place. At least bringing him in was worked out all right. And then obviously the City-Liverpool game was pretty mental. I think did
crazy,
everyone captain? Yeah, it was good. But yeah, I assume most people still captained Haaland.
Yeah, I had Jesus, but it was the same outcome.
Right. Yeah. Obviously, he did get. There was like, did he get an assist? Would he have got the assist for the Foden goal that got disallowed? I can't even remember now. Maybe.
I think
Yeah, it didn't. Yeah, obviously it didn't work out. Cancelo, there was very nearly that Cancelo to Haaland assist, but Van Dijk cleared it, which would have helped. But I suppose it's neither here nor there because a lot of people got those 3 players anyway.
Yeah, there was a KDB to Haaland chance as well, wasn't there? Like back post, clipped it into him. I can't remember if he missed it or they just headed it like with not much power as an easy save for Alisson. But yeah.
Neil saying worth taking Newcastle Man United centre backs. Well, I think like I said, I think most people have Trippier now. He's a bit of a no-brainer because he takes their set pieces. He puts a lot of crosses into the box, but they also don't concede many. But who was it at the start of the season? I don't know if Dom stuck with it, but he had 3.
Pope.
Yeah, he had Pope, Trippier, and I think he had maybe Botman or something like.
Botman.
Which they're not conceding many goals and they got a fairly consistent lineup. So I do think Newcastle, Man United, not so sure to be honest. Still not convinced by them.
They do seem to be surprisingly keeping a few clean sheets. They're not really scoring. I don't know. That's whether because they're not scoring, they're concentrating on defending. But I guess the one for them would be Dallo. He seems to have that right back nailed down, and he gets forward a lot. But yeah, I'm not interested in United at the moment.
Yeah, I was thinking, who's that young left back that they that Dutch guy. He came in for Shaw for a few weeks, but I feel a little bit Shaw seems to be coming back into the team now. So, I mean, they've definitely improved since dropping Harry Maguire, which, I don't think comes as a big surprise to anyone. Like, obviously, I think Maguire was culpable for a lot of the goals that they were conceding. He's also saying, Emerson Morale is pants. I'd rather have a chicken Morale right back. Bit harsh. But yeah, no, I mean, I do think Dottie's got a good chance of holding on his place there. Your internet seems to be wavering a little bit. Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
It's wavering. It was when you were speaking. Then it was doing it for me, so I don't know. I guess it's me, but yeah, it's come back now.
I think so.
Yeah, they called him Emerson Peasant on AFTV. Emerson Peasant.
I did last season. He was pretty shit, but like I said, I think he had a good start. He was getting a few bonus points here and there, wasn't he? So I suppose he gets forward a lot. I mean, I think Perisic would have been a good shout. It was just I'm always fearful that they're gonna play Sessegnon, and I think there is a bit of rotation going on there. So, yeah, still not too sure about him. Kane's scoring regularly now as well, isn't it? So, although I didn't see his dive,
I'm going to move.
I didn't see his dive, but I heard it was a blatant dive, basically.
Oh yeah, he's looking for it. Just like one of those where you put your leg into them and they just fall over.
Yeah. Greg saying he'd be lucky to get 8 mil from Maguire now. Never mind 80. Thanks, United. Yeah, I mean, it's a shame that we didn't fucking spend it very well. Well, I suppose we did buy Fofana, so we did do all right out of it. But yeah, mental really. And I mean, surely maybe he'll get in the England squad, but he can't be starting for England at the World Cup, can he? If he's not even playing for United, and when he does play, he's been shocking.
I would.
I think the other day I was talking to someone from work, and the whole him getting arrested in fucking Mykonos for I don't know. It was all a bit of a weird story, but got into a fight and started scrapping with policemen. I mean, messy stuff on a drunken night out. But I mean, it has all gone terribly wrong for him ever since then. I want I mean, I don't know what if there's any link there, but I definitely don't think that helped. Captain of United, all of a sudden 80 mil, and then that happens, and it's like ever since then it's been absolutely shocking. And then obviously I think there's an element of the crowd just, he's got no backing from their fans, has he at all? So yeah,
I think what's short of centre backs is the problem, isn't it? And ones that play left centre back, especially. I think it's like him and Mings. So yeah, I think he'll still play. To be honest, not that I would pick him, but I think he will.
Yeah, it's definitely not one of England's stronger position. I mean, who would you go for? Like Gomez? I mean, Gomez probably, if he's fit.
I'd go for Gomez and Ben White or John Stones.
Yeah. I thought Gomez was pretty good against City, and I mean those three, all three of those should be ahead of Maguire right now for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway. All right, that's enough of my team, I suppose. Not great, though. Throw this out to Greg as well. I can imagine what the answer is going to be. Would you have Maguire back at Leicester as a centre-back? I mean, to be honest, we're starting Daniel Amati at the moment. We're starting Daniel Amati at the moment, so I do quite like that Wout Faes. Well, I can't go over how much he sounds like a fake player from Pro Evo back in the day. Literally, it looks like it's just a made-up name, but I think he looks good. And Marty, I shit it every time he's got the ball, to be honest. Like Greg said, I think if we were getting for 8 mil, 10% of what we sold him for, then I probably would. Just on that as well, I saw that I think Leicester under 21s are playing in that EFL trophy thing tonight.
Oh yeah,
I was looking at doing a little whacker, and I waited there for Wednesday, so I got to put them to lose. Although it's, with that composition, you never know. Sheffield Wednesday will probably play their reserve, so it's a bit stupid, really. But I had a look, and their last game, they Vestergaard started for them in Premier League 2 or whatever it's called, and they lost 7-0. So Yannick Vestergaard played in an under 23 games as the centre of a back five, and we conceded 7. So I think, yeah, like probably not going to be seeing him back in the team anytime soon. Like fucking hell.
Definitely not.
Jesus Christ. All right, cool. Yeah, let's go to yours.
All right. Why wasn't Johnny Evans playing last game?
He's injured. He's injured. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Soyuncu, yeah. I mean, I don't know what's happened there. Him and Rogers have had some sort of falling out. Rogers said he wasn't training, with any application. But how Daniel Amati has gone from like our 5th choice centre back to like a regular starter is kind of beyond me. I don't know how that's happened. What was it? No, so Kepa must be like one of your best performers. Since when was Kepa starting again? Is this like a
what to come in? So I think Mendy got injured. Kepa played a Champions League game. Then he played the next Prem game, got a sneaky clean sheet like under the radar, and I saw it and was like, I checked a few things on Twitter, and a few Chelsea fans were saying, yeah, he's the Potter's number 1 at the moment. So I thought I'd chuck him in because I couldn't keep faith with Ward. I didn't really, and the rest of the keepers, it was like Sanchez again. Like they're all pretty crap in that bracket. I thought I'll give him a chance. So yeah, he actually got like a third of all my points this week. So he actually saved me a little bit. Like I said, I took
a clean sheet, 6 saves, and some bonus or something.
Yeah, 6 saves. I wasn't watching it because obviously at the same time as Arsenal, but I was checking on flash scores and I seen that Villa were like all over him. He made some unbelievable saves as well. If you get a chance to watch the highlights, from a header was unreal. So yeah, he'll do for me for now. They've got quite good fixtures, and then I had Trippier, so that worked out all right. Unfortunately, West Ham conceded early against Southampton, so I put Cresswell in. That didn't work out. He was on corners, but he didn't do nothing. Dunk, I was hoping. Who were they playing again? We just had Brentford, yeah. So that was like a doubly shit start for me because obviously a lot of people had Tony, so it was like all the people that are Brentford players did well, and I put faith in Brighton and they didn't do well. So that sucked. And then, I thought that we would smash Leeds. So I captained Jesus, but fair play to them. They played really well. We did well to hold on for the win. So I was at that point, I didn't really give a fuck about fantasy. It was all about getting those 3 points. So I was buzzing with that. But Martinelli and Jesus did nothing. I think most have Martinelli. Quite a few still have Jesus, so that wasn't too bad. Obviously, I didn't realise Maddison was 1 booking away from a suspension. Otherwise, I would have maybe considered taking him out when I did my wild card.
I didn't know that either, to be fair. I ended up with 5 yellows after 10 games. I know, mental.
I noticed on I think it's under the scout section. They've got every week they do a section on who's 1 booking away from suspension and also who takes all the set pieces, which I've never seen before for each team. So that's quite handy. Zaha as well. That was the midday kickoff on Saturday. I was hoping for big.
Mate, he was shit.
That game was terrible, man.
It was awful. But there was some. What was it? Zaha? Like he didn't like run at the defenders like at all. He didn't even look up for it. I don't know what the fuck was going on there, but like I saw they put a stat. I think Scout put a stat out today saying he scored most of his goals at home. I think so. Maybe he's better at home, but I was surprised that I don't know. He was playing like now. Edouard is back in the team, innit? Before that, he was playing up front. I don't know, but he was shocking.
I think I confused myself. I thought that Palace were playing at home, but I was looking at Maddison's fixture, which said home. No, you're playing Palace, and for some reason interpreted that as Palace being at home. So I put Edouard in as well last week, who actually got a goal for me. But again, he did fuck all, and I'm pretty sure he's going to get rested, and they'll give Mateta a game this week. So that's not good news for me. And then same again with City. Nothing happened there. And then on the bench, like I said, I just kept Ward, but obviously he got the clean sheet before Kepa, so I was fuming. But at least Kepa came through. And then Totti got me a clean sheet. Wasn't even expecting him to start. I got a clean sheet and bonus.
I mean, I'm not following the premise closely. Like I haven't watched Match of the Day once, and I miss. I'm not watching all of the highlights, but I got to say I've never fucking heard of him.
Here's what I was. I knew I was doing my wild card. I only had 3.9 left, so it was like a complete toss up. Didn't do any research. I was just like Totti, yeah. Then I seen that he was black. I thought he was Italian. Yeah.
I thought he was Italian just by his. I don't know. It's obviously Francesco. Like
Totti Antonio Gomez.
well, he looks like a bit of a beast. To be fair,
Yeah, he does. But yeah, again, I didn't realize. Like, obviously, I saw that he played and thought, "Oh, that's good. I can stick him in, use him this week because they've got Palace, so like not a bad game." And then realized that the only reason he's playing is because Collins was suspended. So he's probably gonna be straight back out, and he's a bit injured now as well. So yeah, that's great.
Yeah, 3.9 though, bargain.
Yeah, but after the Saturday games, I had 0 points. I had 8 and spent 8, so I was on 0. So I did well to get back up to 38, which was just a little bit below average in the end. Like I'll take that. I could have been a lot worse.
It was lucky for me that Martinelli and Jesus didn't score didn't do anything because that would have really fucked me over. So I just just annoying.
I got the
as well. Yes, right. Evening, mate.
All right.
Still plugging away. Respect. No, I mean I don't want to tell you, but you're probably going to catch me or something. I haven't checked the standings. As maybe zoom in a tad on these because if you can, it's yeah. So Paj still leading 666, the mark of the beast.
Where's this Joshua Corrin come from? I swear I hadn't seen him. Like, am I in the right league?
Yeah. I actually don't. I don't.
You must have. Well, we haven't done it for a couple of weeks, have we? So he's obviously had a good couple of weeks because I hadn't seen him up in the top 10 before. I don't think.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Anything in the 50s looks like it was a pretty good week. So it looks like I haven't really lost any ground, but obviously I haven't gained any.
Yeah.
Fucking Mason Mount is so annoying. All right, I got to get over that.
Yeah. I can't click onto anyone's teams because obviously we're post deadline, so I'm going to lose the tab if I. So we'll just have to skip through.
Yeah, that's all right.
So yeah, it looks like nobody at the moment got.
It's still pretty tight. So 666. Yeah, it's not exactly pulling away.
30 points between 10th and top. So yeah, nothing in it.
Where am I? I think I'm still hovering around.
To be honest, the whole league is like wide open. Like if anyone has.
I just said I think he's been top since late August. Stressing. Doing well, but yeah, you just. It's hard. It's hard when you're looking over your shoulder for so long.
I've gone down to 16th. Jesus Christ. That's the first time I've seen that. I was like, why is this really highlighted? Oh, it's me.
Yeah, Edward for a big 61 in the end. Like I say, he had those 3 players who bossed it for him. So Edward should have you now. Well,
are you ahead of me? No, you're not ahead of me, are you? Where are you?
Greg's ahead of me. I'm there, 607.
Yeah. But again, you're only less than 60 points off the top.
True. Still got all the bonuses as well. I imagine a lot of people do, but yeah, still got all the bonuses. Like I said, this might be one of those weeks that separates the, the good from the poor as well. If anyone's forgot to do their team and they got 5 or 6 Man City and Arsenal players, they're in big trouble. Reedy and Matt down there. Cal's basically stopped playing. I think I was chatting to him the other day.
Yeah.
I think.
Chantry bring up the
right. He's got a long way back. Yeah. But yeah, fair play to Paj.
Keeping it going strong.
And yeah, but there's a lot. It's still all to play for, very much so. We're only 10 weeks in, so still a long way to go. And I think it's almost like I was thinking. It's almost like I need to just get to the World Cup now and just like still be intact. Then you got the wild card. You got time to kind of, because when we come back after that, it'll almost feel like the season's starting again. So I think it's been a bit of a dry period because just everyone's captaining Haaland every week.
Yeah.
Like everyone's got rid of like Trent and Salah. So and now like so many players are injured. Like I say, that midfield slot, especially around like 8 mil. Diaz injured, Maddison suspended this week.
Jota after the World Cup.
Yeah,
Well, he's a striker on this, but yeah.
there's if it kind of, I think that's why the league's so tight in it. It's just because like there's not much, there's not many differentials.
I'm finding it really hard to find differentials, and the ones that I do are like just too risky, or like they're not really cheap. They're like still in that 6 mil bracket.
Yeah, and also
Yeah.
there's no teams that like, it's hard to even, other than like obviously the top four, like Newcastle.
Yeah.
In
Outside of that,
yeah, it's difficult to kind of pick
I
anyone
think
out.
the manager changes as well, like you said, with Brighton losing Potter.
Yeah,
The boil a little bit. Bournemouth have like suddenly stepped up out of nowhere and have got some results against teams that you probably put players in to play them against and haven't been rewarded. So yeah, I think at the moment, like you said, it is just get through to the World Cup and still be in touch. I've given up on like trying to finish in the top whatever thousand and just got to stay intact in these leagues and see how that wild card pans out over the World Cup. Right, should we move on to head to head? There's been quite a lot of close games this week, considering the scores are all basically the same. I'm assuming I lost. Yeah, I had you this week.
Nice. Nice big win for Rye.
Huge win for Matt.
Yeah, Matt's been climbing up the table a little bit, and I think maybe. Dom did all right there as well.
Yeah. Greg lost out.
Kev is consistent, isn't he? We saw that last season, and he's right up there in the points league, and he's a tough one to beat.
I was having a look actually at that League of Lads league that we're in, the big money league. I was having a look at a few of the people that are in there at their like previous finishes, and quite a few of them have finished in like top 50 foul. Like,
oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like a piss money away there. Yeah.
Oh fuck! I just tried to click on standings, and it's not. It let me do it with mine and yours league, but now it wouldn't let us do it with so I can't see the standings, unfortunately, or the fixtures for head to head.
All right, no worries. Get your team up. We've had a few comments coming that I missed. Rise saying Trossard. Yeah, in that midfield, bracket, I have briefly considered him. He's one of them though. He's like been in the Prem for a while, and I mean, he goes on little spurts, but I don't know. It's like I don't think I've ever had him in my team, so it's sort of like a mental thing.
Yeah, I've regrettably put him in because they have got Forest. I needed to get someone in. But should we come on to our teams now?
Yeah. Greg saying everyone's got rid of Trent apart from Rye. They see things on the I think the Trent he didn't start, did he, against City? So that was an interesting.
But he was like injured, wasn't he? Because he came off against Arsenal at half time. But I reckon that might be getting roasted, and that was the excuse. But
so Rice and his brother, he is annoying. He's difficult to beat, and you got 3 points on the board this week. So we did check the league table, but have a look for yourself. I think my head-to-head position must be a lot better than my points position. I think I'm doing all right.
Yeah, you'll be doing all right.
All right, let's have a gun at your team then, and then we'll come on to mine.
Right. Hang on, it's the wrong tab. No, it wasn't. So we had big problems because we had Reece James injured, and then obviously I had 2 City and 2 Arsenal, no Maddison and no James. So I've had to take a -8, and I've managed to scrape an 11 together. The problem is that they're all playing each other. So I've got 2 West Ham playing 2 Liverpool, and I got 2 Palace playing 1 Wolves, which I didn't really like to do. But this week was just all about getting an 11. In fact, I made a last-minute transfer. I put Gomez in at the very last minute for James. I wasn't going to do it and just thought I'll just play 10 players and save points. But I want Gomez next week because they got Forest. So he might not do anything this week, but I was going to bring him. I had to get rid of James anyway, so yeah, I went for it. So the transfers were Gomez for Reece James, and Trossard for Maddison and Salah for KDB. And I've captained Salah. Obviously, had a good game against City, and I'm just hoping that the captain. Obviously, West Ham is not an easy fixture, but it was quite slim pickings for captain this week. I was speaking to Greg earlier. Trippier could be a shout. He could get a clean sheet and maybe some goal contribution. Other than that, I would have maybe considered Trossard or Zaha.
Yeah, just look to the lineups because Brighton starts at 7:30. Trossard is starting.
Is McAllister starting? Because I was going to go for McAllister instead of Trossard because he's on pens, but I pussied out.
Yeah, McAllister's starting. Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
And Dunk as well is in there. Sanchez, I think I'm starting Sanchez.
Weirdly, the manager in his press conference just announced that Lallana is starting, just like really randomly. They didn't even ask him. He's just like, Lallana's starting tomorrow. I was like, okay. So is Gross not playing?
No, he is as well. He is as well.
Is March playing?
Yeah. They got more in there.
Welbeck?
Yeah, Welbeck's up front.
I don't know. Is Lallana even starting?
Yeah, Lallana is. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're playing like a free, like almost like a 3-4-3 according to Flashcore. So
they play. Because I was checking out their manager. He's the ex Sassuolo manager, isn't it?
Yeah. Again, I didn't really know anything. I
was checking them out. Like they absolutely pump. I know they lost against Brentford, but they absolutely like destroyed him in terms of like possession and chances. Everything they just couldn't finish.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of their games under him now, and they do play some really nice football. So I'm hoping against Forest they'll surely have too much for him.
I hope so too. I got them in my little whacker tonight, so I hope so too. But yeah, I mean they should do. Forest have been, they seem to just be getting worse. If anything,
I think a key one might be Kepa against, because obviously a lot of people got Tony. I've got Kepa, so that could go either way. And then obviously I've got no one on the bench because I'm keeping these boys for next week. I have got some money in the bank. I could have got Robertson instead of Gomez, but I thought, considering he only just came back from injury and played 90 against City, that he might be risky because Tsimikas is like an all right backup. I wouldn't be surprised if he plays. And then Trent, again, I didn't know if he would start or not. So I just scrambled this team together, really. I'm not expecting much, but if Salah can get me some good points, then yeah, that'll be happy days. -8.
-8, yeah. So yeah, not too bad, but it's a tough week with without Man City and Arsenal playing. Obviously, Man City. I mean, they'll both have double game weeks coming up. Yeah. So I think Haaland triple captain on a double game week is a bit of a no-brainer whenever that is going to be. I guess after the World Cup.
Yeah.
Obviously, the fact that he's not going to the World Cup is or Egypt in it.
No, because Senegal knocked him out in the penalty shootout. Mane's got So Salah's not. Diaz isn't going either, so I'm sure they'll get him back. And obviously Jota's injured, so he won't be playing, but he should be back for the second half. So that could work out right for them. Second half.
Yeah. How many game weeks have we got left now until the World Cup? Like 6 or something, 5 or 6.
What game week's this? 12.
Is it? 12. Yeah, 12. But 12, but technically 11 because one was completely skipped, wasn't it? So
yeah. So we got this week 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks left.
Yeah, so Man City and Arsenal are both going to have 2 double game weeks at some point because you got the week where everyone skipped because of the Queen, and then this week. Yeah. So a lot of opportunities to use bonuses there.
What I'm hoping that a lot of people are going to use their free hit this week, like a lot of novices, because sorry if you're watching this and I've just called you a novice and you're playing your free hit, like fair play, but I think you've got to use that for a double game week and get 15 players in. But I can see why people would use it this week, especially if you've got free City, free Arsenal, Maddison and James, then it would make sense to play.
Yeah, you kind of have to, unless you've still got a wild card.
I considered it, but it's just the fixtures aren't actually really that. It's like if I did do that, like who would I actually put in? Like free Brighton probably.
Yeah, maybe
And
Newcastle.
free Liverpool and Newcastle. Yeah, it's not guaranteed.
That was another one as well. Isaac obviously put him in, was looking good and
Yeah.
fucking got injured. So it's been a bit annoying because a lot of my transfers recently have been forced. I haven't been able to. I guess kind of the same with you with Fofana and Isaac and obviously Maddison this week, Diaz. Yeah, so I've been trying to plan for this fucking Arsenal Man City week, and then every game week I've had to take someone else out because they've
hasn't worked out, is it? It's all planning for it.
no, not at all, not at all.
Yeah.
Roy saying, in his honest opinion, very very valued opinion, Salah is back. I mean, yeah,
they gave him the ball more, which helps.
Yeah, it was a nice goal to be fair.
Yeah.
Fucking Nunes though, on the other hand, Jesus
he
Christ.
Is. Because he was one that I was lining up for next week against Forest, especially now Jota's out. But I can't have him. Like, he is just.
Is he I think he's like athletically gifted, isn't he? He's a beast, and he's like quite quick. So he's strong. So obviously that kind of gives him an advantage. But like I said, his decision making and his finishing is.
Yeah, you can't trust him. You can't trust him from the start. I'm sure that going forward it'll be Firmino starting up front, who I did consider. He's only 8 mil, and then Darwin coming off the bench. I reckon you can't trust him from the start.
No. Jota was looking good, but obviously injured again now. So,
yeah, they're in a bit of trouble. I don't really know what they're going to do. I guess Carvalho and Elliott are going to get more minutes. There is talk as well that they might push Trent up to, like, they've been trialing this like 4-2-4, in which case like Trent would play like right wing and Salah would play up front. So that's the only reason I didn't put Trent in yet, because I want to see how that if that is the case this week, then they got Forest next week and I've got money in the bank, so he could be coming in. But I need to get Cancelo back probably. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, that's my team.
Yeah, cool. Sorry, let me get mine up. Yeah, I also went for Salah. Salah in for De Bruyne was just kind of the no.
Yeah, I think
no-brainer for this
he was going to go down in price as well, and Salah's surely going to go up, so it had to be done.
Nunes is a superb player in my honest opinion. He went for that dink at the end, and it didn't even reach the fucking 6-yard box, did it? Yeah. There was that other one. There was two, wasn't there? There was one. To be fair, when he pulled it across to Trent, it nearly worked out, but he probably should have laid it.
Still got to be better than that. Yeah, but it was the other one where Salah and was it Jota were running through, and he just went for the shot from like 30 yards out.
Yeah. All right, cool. Quick look at my team then. So yeah, -4. Annoying. If I didn't check my team today. If I had, I would have been tempted to take a -8 to take out Martial, but if that's another one that's cost me, I'll put him in. What, he got an assist like within 10 minutes and then fucking got injured again.
Yeah. Have you had Nico Williams all season? Is this his first minutes for you?
I think I started in one other game. I think 1 or 2. Yeah, I've had him in the whole time.
Yeah.
If I had taken Martial out, who would I have gone for though? I guess maybe
Firmino is the same price. Maybe Firmino.
Is he?
Yeah,
same
8 mil.
Price as Martial.
Yeah, is Martial 8?
No, Martial's like 6.9. I think I got him in.
Oh, is he? Fucking hell. I didn't realize he was that cheap.
Yeah, that's the thing. Would have been a bargain.
Mitrovic you could have got home to Villa 6.7.
Yeah, Mitrovic would have been the one. Oh, I just fucked it right up. I only went to look at his points. I didn't know that fucked it up. It should be coming available again, like any minute. Though.
Actually, yeah, it should do. Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, you saw it briefly. It was that same Salah captain -4. I'm hoping that should put me in a good position to beat you again this week, because you might have 10 as well if that.
We got the same captain, yeah.
If Totti don't play,
yeah.
But got the same captain.
Yeah.
I bought it. No, I would have, but obviously playing Liverpool. So I brought in Mount.
Yeah, that's good.
Who was it? Mount and -4. Who was my other one? I'm trying to think now.
So have you got
Mount and Salah. So that was my -4.
yeah. So have you got Doherty, Williams, and Trippier at the back? Is it?
Yeah, Doherty, Williams, Trippier.
Warding goal?
No, I went for Sanchez again.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Leeds actually looked pretty good, didn't they, against you?
Yeah,
I'm confident we'll beat them, to be honest.
I was thinking about putting that Sinisterra in. He looked good, but he's 6.5. I thought that was a bit expensive. And the other ones are like Harrison, 6 mil. I think Rye had him. We might still have him. And that Aronson. And Bamford's back. But you just don't know. I think him and Rodrigo will probably split their minutes. So, yeah, there wasn't really anyone for Leeds. They've got quite good fixtures, though. So I would keep an eye on Leeds. They did look good.
Yeah. Yeah, like I think Bamford could become an option, but yeah, obviously that pen was pretty poor. I was just looking at my draft team because I always forget that I'm doing the draft thing as well.
Oh yeah.
We've had our little league's quite tight. I've won 5, lost 5, more by chance than anything else. But
is that 2 games tonight, or is it just 1?
Yeah, 2. So Brighton Forest is at 7:30.
Oh, what's the Palace lineup say? Oh, they haven't announced it yet. I see it.
No, is it? Does it start at 8? Is it
8:15?
8:15. Okay, so it's one of them. It's quite good because you can watch a half and then switch to the other one. Yeah, I might do that actually. I haven't really got any other plans. Page saying force a free hit, so he's a bit offended, I think, by your comment. Otherwise, I'd have like 6 players. Like I said, I think it's the free hit's not the worst one to use because when there are double game weeks, like one of them is going to be every team anyway because of the Queen thing, and then the other one is going to be Arsenal and Man City, so you're probably going to have fucking 6 of their players anyway.
Right.
So I don't think the free hit's the worst one to lose, and I think this week if you did, like if your situation was that bad, then kind of had to use it this week.
I think if you are going to use it this week, I don't know what your team's. What's he saying? FA Cup fixtures will do. Yeah,
that's the one for the free hit, isn't it? It's when you come towards the end of the season, and then if all the big teams get through to like the quarters or whatever, then that's a big one where having a free hit can be quite useful.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if I was doing a free hit this week, if you pick the right fixture, for example, I would probably say Newcastle against Everton is the most likely clean sheet. You could put Pope, Trippier, and whoever in, and then maybe free Brighton as well. I don't know what you've done, Paj, but I'm guessing you probably picked the fixtures you think are best and gone with that. I mean, you could probably have a pretty strong team with the amount of like premiums that are out.
Exactly. One of them where you haven't really got to think too much about the money because you can probably just get anyone you want from.
Tottenham have got United, haven't they? So I expect he's got Kane and or Son, but that could be like a 0-0. I wasn't too sure about it. It's a bit of a fun, like you said, it's a funny one at the moment where we had that little break. It's hard to work out who the form like teams are in the like mid-table section.
Is that no Salah captain, Pope, Trippier, Wilson, Mount, Son. So that seems pretty sensible. I think Salah captain is going to be, must be by far the most this week. You would have thought, especially with Diaz being injured. It's sort of at the moment the options, like I say, are pretty, especially for this week, they're pretty limited. All right, cool. Should we leave it there? What with it being blocked? I mean, pretty much saw my team anyway. Don't know what the head-to-head fixtures are for this week. Anyone in the league, go and take a look. And maybe we'll squeeze another one in on Friday, so we'll make up for lost time and get another one in before the weekend.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right,
good luck,
everyone. Nice one. Good luck, and catch you on Friday. See you in a bit.
See you.